Arians, and you don't have to be brief. Let's talk through this.
Man, Tom Brady should absolutely be frustrated with Bruce Arians. And Bruce Arians has completely mishandled Tom Brady, completely mishandled this situation. Let's start with week one. Week one, the Buccaneers, they had high hopes. And they go out, Tom Brady doesn't play a great game, throws a couple interceptions. What Bruce Arians do? Bruce Arians runs straight to the podium and says, Tom Brady, it was his fault on those interceptions. So now we're all like, man, Tom Brady out here tripping. Man, it's crazy. Next thing you know, Bruce Arians, he says, oh, my mistake. It's actually Mike Evans' fault. So Bruce Arians, from day one, has been running his mouth about Tom Brady. And again, I've said this to y'all before. For those that don't know, during practice, the only players that wear an additional jersey on top of the jersey they're wearing is a quarterback. Those are the only players. For y'all and even in high school, so y'all that played high school ball, college ball, it's been the same thing. Quarterback's protected. Why? Because coaches understand quarterback's the most valuable player on the team. Coaches also understand I have to protect my quarterback's physical ability. If we understand we have to protect quarterback's physical ability, why would you not understand you also have to uniquely protect a quarterback's mental ability? So Bruce Arians, you know you have to more so coddle a quarterback physically. We know that. So if you know that, and I'm not saying I agree with it, it's just the nature of the game, then why would you not understand you also have to protect a quarterback mentally? So Bruce Arians has been taking shot after shot after shot at Tom Brady. I can get into all the nuts and the bolts and the stats, so I'm going to do that on my second lap.
Sure you will.
But on my first lap, it's very simple. Bruce Arians, you knew what you had with Tom Brady. Why aren't you acting like you knew what you had with Tom Brady?
Unreal that your take was based off of, oh, he's protected physically. And then we need to protect them mentally. Actually, you went to the word coddle. In the NFL, football player, you got to coddle him. Never seen that in my experience in the NFL, but this is a new take from you. So, okay, new evidence, I shall retort. He is frustrated with Bruce Arians, but he shouldn't be frustrated with Bruce Arians. What's happening here is the conflict between buy-in and the conflict of a lack of trust. Look, he's almost PTSD from his Bill Belichick experience because it was an amazing experience in terms of wins and losses, but also it had an effect on him in terms of trust because you buy into Bill Belichick, you become the GOAT, and then you try to say, well, buy into me a little more. Buy into my situation, my circumstances. Give me the resources, the weapons, the receivers, etc. Build an offense around me. Let me call the plays, whatever it may be. And there wasn't the buy-in back into Tom Brady. So now he takes his services to Tampa Bay. And he finds himself with a coach who's like, hey, we're going to risk it to get that biscuit. And Tom Brady's like, that sounds good, except I've had so much success. My muscle memory tells me dink and dunk it works. But I'm going to trust you, Bruce Arians. And the first 6 games, let's say Tom Brady really went out there and trusted him. Let's talk about the fact that in 8 pass plays of 35 yards or more in the first half of the season. But in the last half, only 4. What does that mean? Tom Brady came out there, trusted, bought into the playbook. He was still learning on the fly and was completing the long ball. What was their record the first half? 4-2. What's their record now? 3-3. And you're like, that's kind of comparable, but it's not because the offense is actually functionally more effective of late. This is the point. Tom Brady's like, I won more early in the season doing it his way. But you know what? It didn't feel as good. So now I'm going to be effective in the way I do it, and we're going to be a better offense, but now we're not winning as much. Tom Brady needs to blame himself for where he is right now. He is having competing thoughts of buying into the system or buying into what has worked for him for so long, which is the Brady way.
So, again, I like talking to you because you're older than me. You're wiser than me at times. You have more life experience.
At times?
At times,
Backhand.
okay?
Backhand.
Let me get to this. Marcellus, I believe that it's the job of the father figure. It's the job of the parent to make sure that the child gets what they need, not necessarily what they want. When I was a kid, I'd be like, Mom, can I get these desserts? Can I get these desserts?
Yeah.
And there came a point where she would let me eat all the candy I wanted. And then I went to the dentist's office. Your boy had a couple cavities, and I had to pay the price. Bruce, Tom Brady, can I get another receiver? Can I get Antonio Brown? Can I get Rob Gronkowski? Bruce Arians gave Tom Brady what he wanted, not what he needed. What's Tom Brady need? A pass-catching running back? Hello? Pass-catching running back help, please. The problem is BA. You're the authoritarian. So he gave Tom Brady too much of what Tom Brady wanted, not enough of what Tom Brady
You don't think Brady
needs.
knows that as well?
At this junction, my thing is, who's the buck stop with? It stops with the head coach, always and forever.
Yeah.
So when you look at this roster and you look at the fact that James White through 12 games last year, Patriots running back, had 57 receptions. Leonard Fournette, Buccaneers running back, he leads the team of the running backs with receptions, only has 28. Whose fault is that? That's not on Tom Brady.
Really?
That's on the head coach.
Wow.
Head coach supposed to structure the roster, is he not?
Yeah, but still, he calls the plays that Tom Brady's already given approval to. He just calls them in the individual circumstances of the game. But the playbook is constructed by Bruce Arians' words, by Tom Brady's approval. Now you're going to blame Bruce Arians for that craziness. All right, we got to bring in somebody who's not as crazy as my dog Acho, NFL analyst Greg Jennings. So, Greg, should Tom Brady be frustrated, irritated with Bruce Arians?
He got to first look in the mirror. Simply put, as players, we all have been players in this league. And when you're not getting it done personally, you have to look and be honest with yourself. The film does not lie. And what we've seen with Tom Brady is inconsistent play. He's been good when they're ahead, but when they are behind and when he gets pressure, he has been bad. Acho, you talk about what he needs versus what he wants. When you look at Tom Brady and the dinking and the dunking, you're saying he needs a pass-catching back out of the backfield. Well, in every offense, you have to evolve. You have to adjust. And he knew when he got on this roster what was there, what was not there. He wanted the receivers. He wanted guys that can spread the ball, that can spread defenses out, that can get down the field vertically, that he can get the ball in their hands and they can make plays. That's what they afforded him. Everything that Tom has pretty much asked for, he has gotten. You can't always pass the buck. And when you look at this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, when they are behind, Tom Brady has thrown 10 of his 11 interceptions. That is all indicative, more so on the quarterback and the player. That's just like pressure, buddy. When you feel that pressure, you change what you've done. And if you haven't been effective without the pressure, when you get the pressure, it's going to be hard to rise to the occasion. And Tom Brady, regardless of his GOAT status, we all know who he is. Yeah. He has just not been what they expected him to be.
But that's because, fellas, and G, I like that take. I'm not mad at that take. There's just a little incomplete. It's accurate, but it's incomplete. He hasn't been who they expected him to be because they're asking him to be more than who he's supposed to be. Let's talk NBA Finals. Not even the Finals. Let's talk Western Conference Finals. LeBron James, you didn't put him on Murray the entirety of the game because you realize, wait a second, Bron is 35. He's up there in years. Physically, he cannot necessarily do what he has been capable of doing in years past. Now, I'm going to put him on Murray at the end of the game, closeout time, crunch time, but I know LeBron's physical limitations. If we know that about another GOAT in another sport due to his increase in age, why are we looking at Tom Brady and expecting him to go out there and duel with 25, 26-year-old quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes? What do I mean? Ronald Jones, he's third in the NFL in yards per attempt. That's the running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's top 10 in total rushing yards. He averages 5.1 yards an attempt, only behind Dalvin Cook when you're talking about rushers who have more than 115 carries. Greg, if that's the case, why Ronald Jones only get him about 9 attempts last game? Why Ronald Jones only get him about 3 attempts versus the Saints? Why Ronald Jones only get him about 22 attempts total in the last 3 Bucs losses? Bucs are 3-0 when Ronald Jones gets 20-plus attempts. Bucs, last 3 losses, he has 22 attempts in totality. I understand that you were right. Tom Brady has not been who they expected him to be, but that's because they're asking Tom Brady to be something he can no longer be. And to me, that's on the head coach, B.A.
I 100% agree with you. They are asking him to be more than what he has been in his final years of playing ball. However, when you are asked to do a thing, you have the opportunity to say, well, coach, that's not what I'm comfortable doing anymore. But pride, ego, what you have done in the past prohibits you from uttering those words. And so we all, I don't care who you are, Marcellus, you've done it. We know when we're past that mark. We know when we can't really provide what we used to, but nobody really wants to admit it. Nobody really wants to own up to it. They all want the opportunity to still show, yeah, I still can throw 40-plus times when they know they can't. Tom Brady is is on average, is about to average 630 pass attempts for the year. That would be his second most in his entirety of his career. Like at age, he's 40 plus. Like that shouldn't be. I'm not disagreeing with you. They are asking him to do above and beyond, but the expectations of what they want, it's going to rest on Tom Brady's shoulders. Yes, can they run the ball? Of course. This is a passing league. When you get behind, you see that coordinators, they forego the run. They let it go and they start putting it on their quarterback. Tom Brady, we praise him for so much, but this right here, he has to be better, period.
To your point, man, in short story, it's amazing as a player when you know you're free falling, but you're selling everyone that you're on solid footing. Oh, no, I'm fine. I'm good. When you really know internally, I'm kind of free falling. I remember my Dallas Cowboys